Turner resides in Miami, Florida, and was an IT professional. Turner was taken into custody Saturday, September 28th at about 6:20 p.m. and is now being held at the Broward County Sheriff's Office Jail, awaiting extradition back to Maryland. Turner has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count home invasion, and 2 counts use of a firearm and commission of a violent felony. A little bit to recap the case. On Sunday, August 25th at about 7 a.m., deputies were called and responded to a call for a shooting at the home on Mondalong Court. When they arrived, deputies found Crimea Baker and Sean Lang dead, shot multiple times in an upstairs bedroom. We believe the victims were shot sometime between 1 a.m. and 1:25 a.m. Detectives believe Baker and Lang were living together at the time of the murders. Baker is the mother of 4 children who were also found inside the home, luckily unharmed. Mr. Lang is the father of one of the children. We believe that Turner entered the residence through a back door sometime after 1 a.m. before 1:25 and murdered her and Mr. Lang in the bedroom, firing more than 42 rounds into the victims. Like I've said before, this is a heinous violent crime, a targeted double murder, a crime of rage and anger that shocked Frederick County to the core. Our detectives have worked tirelessly 7 days a week to find the person responsible for the murders, pursuing every lead possible. Sheriff's Office detectives, along with the local FBI agent, traveled to Miami last week to execute a search and seizure warrant on Turner's apartment and on his vehicle. Evidence from the search warrant led us to be able to obtain an arrest warrant. I'd like to express my appreciation to our local community and surrounding communities who provided a lot of information for us to help us in our investigation. Also want to thank the community for your patience, your understanding, your caring, and support of the agency and the families during the investigation. Please know that we will continue to share as much information as possible without jeopardizing the criminal prosecution. Again, I need to emphasize my appreciation and thanks to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Fort Lauderdale Police Department, Miami Beach Police Department, Miami-Dade County Police Department, and the Broward County Sheriff's Office. So I'll now take some questions.
I know that in our last interview with you, Sheriff, WJZ here from Baltimore, you mentioned that the ex-husband had provided an alibi. He was living in the Miami area. What did you get from that interview to where we are today, where he's arrested?
We were able to determine he was in Frederick County for a period of time around the murders. So again, not necessarily an alibi, but we locked him into a lie.
What was the lie?
With the fact that he had not traveled to Frederick County.
How do you get to and from? You and I spoke, and you sort of talked about an airport back then, but...
We believe he traveled by vehicle, by his personal vehicle.
Excuse me, Sheriff. What, do you know anything at this point about the gun that was used in the murder? Was it registered to Mr. Turner?
We do not. We haven't located or identified a firearm involved. We're still conducting an investigation into that, what he could have owned, what he could have purchased somewhere. And again, nothing that's matched the caliber of the rounds that were fired.
How are the children doing? Where are they?
You know, let me say this. They are devastated. Their lives will never be the same, but I believe physically they're okay, and they're with family, and they're safe.
Sheriff, back when it happened, you talked about the horrific nature of this thing and your experience. You had so many shots, the passion involved, and all that sort of thing. Now you've got your guy making your allegation. What happened here? How would you characterize this whole thing?
You know, there's no explanation that I can think of that would have justified anything like this. Certainly, we don't have a motive. We can only suggest it was domestic related. Obviously, it was a crime of passion, and Turner must have been so enraged for some reason. Again, maybe we'll find out in the future. Maybe not.
Sheriff, do you know when was the last time Mr. Turner had contact with his ex-wife?
We don't believe he had any contact recently before the murders. Again, we're continuing the investigation into any communications.
Were he and the ex-wife sharing custody of the kids, or what was the custody case?
I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you.
Was he arrested? Was there any difficulties arresting him? Did he?
He was arrested without incident, is my understanding, on the beach.
You mentioned that you found evidence during the search that led to the arrest warrant. Can you speak to what that evidence was?
I'm not going to get into the evidence. I'm going to keep it kind of broad here that I don't want to jeopardize anything in the prosecution.
Were all of the bullets fired from inside of the home?
Yes, yes.
You said it was more than 42 rounds? Do you know exactly how many at this point?
I don't know other than say more than 42. Originally, I said 42, but it's my understanding that investigators located several more shell casings. So again, we're still trying to piece things together.
Is he originally from Florida? I know the Premier Baker is from Illinois originally. Did they live there when they were married?
Lieutenant, do you know?
Their past?
Yeah, we don't know at this point where he's originally from. We knew he spent some time in Maryland, I think in PG County, so I'm not sure what his ties to Maryland are.
How can you last time you and I spoke, we talked about your career, and you've been doing this a long time. Have you ever seen something like this in the county before?
Unfortunately, other tragic, terrible incidents, but nothing just like this. I've seen some bad things, and I hope I never see them again.
What do you tell the neighbors who, we talked to someone today who said, my kids haven't slept because there's just this fear on that quiet cul-de-sac?
So again, in the beginning, I emphasized this is a priority for us. It was 7 day a week, almost 24/7 in some periods of time. It was a priority, and my men and women never let up with the assistance of the other agencies until we brought this person into custody, and we'll bring him to justice. So again, I hope the neighborhood and community is relieved. I've tried to emphasize that. I've actually been down to Lake Linganore, talked to some of the folks, and now I think they can actually relax.
When will he be extradited?
I don't know. It'll be several weeks probably, maybe as much as a month. I'm not quite sure. There's a process there, and whether or not he fights extradition.
And would he be held at the Frederick County Jail?
Yes, he will.
Have you all already filed for charges in Frederick County?
Yeah, he was arrested on the Frederick County warrants in Florida.
Did you say his age?
33. Right.
Assuming U.S. Marshals would assist in the extradition?
It will be our people will go get him.
Are you guys going to be putting out a mugshot?
Pardon me?
Are you guys going to be putting out a mugshot?
At some point when we bring him back, yeah. I really appreciate y'all coming out this afternoon. Any other questions, I can catch up with you individually. But again, I thought this was important enough to get as much out to the media and to the public as we can. So thank you for coming out.
To ask a question. I mean, they could have done it. It's impressive. I mean, I hate to say this. So starting. There you go. Yeah, no problem. Very nice.